Um, Gold, I've got um, marked up on my watch list as a potential short opportunity, given the the length of the market. So it's had uh, since last Thursday higher closes. One, two, three. This is the fourth day. One, two, three. Fourth day of higher highs, higher lows. So at some point, you'd expect it to pull back. And we've broken out of last week's highs. So we broke out, we pulled back. Excuse me. We've continued higher. So that in itself is actually pretty bullish, but you got to wonder, well, how higher is this going to go before we don't get a correction? So I'm just wary of chasing the bid. I don't want to be buying high. I'd rather be selling high on the session. So we're coming into New York with the price pumping up. Could that be the recipe for a move lower and an opportunity to short the market in the next few hours? We are coming up into a potential resistance area. So let me mark that off. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. So we're coming up into this area of potential resistance. So could this be an area where the market's going to decelerate and offer a shorting opportunity? If we measure, so we've got that impulse, the correction. I like to measure the corrections with a Fibonacci tool from bottom to top. And once we get into the minus 272 and the minus 618 bracket, so up in here, that's where I like to see the market start to decelerate and potentially offer a break in structure to the downside for a scalp into longs on the day. Bearing in mind we've got potential support in here. So if we come back into the lower time frames and just monitor this rally. So we had the correction and now we've got this new rally. Looking for breaks in structure to the downside. So we had a high up here and we've come off and we've pierced into essentially the origin of that rally, so which is down here. So not quite. We're still on the front side of this bullish trend. So until we print a fresh high, this will remain as the key structure 1934. If we print a fresh high, then this up here will become the higher low. So just creeping up a bit. So this area is essentially where we need to break before we can start looking for opportunities to short. So that's gold, and then oil. I can't remember what I was doing with oil. I was looking at it earlier. All right, let's clean up the chart. So just at a quick glance, I'd say we're looking for corrections, a long squeeze. We're looking for an opportunity to sell. On the weekly chart, we've come up into a potential resistance area. So the path of least resistance is potentially to the downside in terms of market structure at the moment. But that is not to say this can't continue higher. Of course it can. But perhaps this week is going to be biased to the downside into these longs. So again, looking for a deceleration of this move up. Looks like we're getting it. The key structure on the 4-hour chart is down here. However, that was the highest low before the highest high. So we're essentially still in a bullish trend until we break that low. So we're still in a bullish trend. So there are prospects of a continuation to the upside. So sell off, meeting support. Perhaps it's going to move up. This becomes resistance. Because this was a break in structure here. So we're on the backside of a micro bullish trend that was broken yesterday. So maybe a sell on rallies could be the way to play it. Looking for a break of structure to the downside. We're looking for higher levels to short. And if they were to fail and maintain the bid, then this is a continuation of the bullish trend.